The purpose of this video is to share my aim journey, what I learned, and how you can extract value from it. I will chapter each section in case you wish to skip some parts, but I promise to try to keep each part as short as possible, so instead of making like 10 videos, I'm essentially making one by summarizing everything. Let's talk about the first portion of this, which is my limitations. I'm a person who works a full-time job, switched to a full-time job, yes, to gaming, but I still spend a lot of years trying to aim train on the side while working a full-time job. Also, I do content as a passion, and I have a little one, and I'm trying to maintain a life, so I always try my best to keep up with the best of the best, which is why I think this is important, because I'm essentially somebody who has limited time, but how can I use my time more efficiently to also improve and practice my aim? Now, let's talk about some of my bad habits. You watching this video, you might be somebody who has no idea how to aim train, maybe have not put a lot of hours, but I'm going to tell you why this is a good thing. I was in the same boat years ago, but there were literally no resources and barely had the concept of aim trainers. Back in the day, back in my time, it sounds super old, but we were on empty servers practicing hitting windows or poles and brute forcing it. The downside is I develop bad habits, or I refuse to explore other options out of fear of messing up. So a bad habit, I would give an example, is I would used to practice snipers all the time in Battlefield, but I would refuse to use ARs. And so the downside of this meant whenever I was trying to flick, I was not used to a really low or high sensitivity. The high sensitivity made me feel really uncomfortable, but I was always on a low sensitivity when sniping. But now, essentially, you watching this video, you have the beauty of creating good habits and understanding different categories of aim. Dynamic clicking, static clicking, tracking, reactive tracking, and target switching, just to name a few. But you can be good in one area, but there are different fundamentals, and this was honestly the mistake I made throughout, and I hope that you don't make that mistake. So now the next question that everyone always asks is, what sensitivity should you use? From my experience, is one that feels comfortable, and never rule out other options. You never know what's going to feel more comfortable for you. We are all built differently with different backgrounds, and some sensitivities you might not have tried, but could also be perfect for you in a specific category of aiming. So here are my rules. These are my rules and my opinions. Find comfort first. You should never feel any pain when using a sensitivity. If you feel pain, in the long run, it's not going to be so positive for you. Try different spectrums, like we mentioned. Push yourself and write down notes on what sensitivities worked and which ones did not. You may find over months that your muscle control over months and months of practice, and your prior sense may start working. Don't worry about trying to stay on just one sense early on. Remember, have some fun, switch things up. Don't worry about losing. Switch up the game and try just stuff, and you'd be surprised what you hone in on and what can work for you. This is a simplistic version of my own findings. I just never trust anyone that says this sensitivity is the best, because there's so many factors for a person to consider. Now, the reason I'm making this video is I actually got an aim coach. This is not sponsored. Nobody forced me to make this video. I wanted to because of what I learned. I don't think that aim coaches work, but I was a skeptic. And I got to sit down, but I did get to sit down with Voltaic Amped and work with Matty OW, so Overwatch. Now, Matt, from my perspective, 100% changed when I met him. Disclaimer, you do not need a coach to improve, okay? But having an outside perspective, like watching videos or your style and what you do, can be very helpful. And shout out to Matt, I'm probably going to say that many times in this video. I essentially was too close to my work and hit a wall. Sometimes having someone near to tell me what I may know, but also reinforce to train it and push through, is very helpful. Matt was truly stellar in his approach, and it's how I would coach somebody myself. I don't even think he remembers I'm making this video, but I'm putting his Twitter in the description and his YouTube channel. His aim literally speaks for himself. He was well documented, as you can see from screen. I can put it in the description. I'm not trying to hide any of my flaws and how my aim, I guess, bluntly sucks in some areas. He's well researched. He understands, he has patience, and is willing to help somebody grow. And that's important to find in a coach. But not only that, teach you to be self-sufficient. He gave me the resources so I continue to improve and essentially share this with you. So if I'm sharing it with you, you may ask the question, well, why do I need a coach? Well, when you're looking at something too closely, like I was, no matter how many years of experience, an outside perspective is important. It's like the peer review process in science. Always need the outside opinion. Well, together, Matt and I, we set goals, and we provided a custom playlist for my weaknesses. I'll have that link down in the description down below. And also shared what works in Voltaic and how to make positive use of my time. When we say positive use, it means dedicating actual resources and time and what I'm actually training and what I'm not training. Anyone watching this video, while I do my best to document this journey, it's about how you make good use of your time, so just can't reiterate that hard enough. Don't just train what's easy, but train what pushes you. It's not about being good while practicing. You're meant to fail, and those failures is how you improve. Sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes the aim training scenarios are too difficult or annoying or frustrating. But the end of the goal is to improve. So just do your best you can in that area. So now we go to the next questions. Do coaches work? The reason why I was a skeptic initially is because most don't know how to educate. An aim training scene to translate in-game can be difficult unless somebody can truly explain how the fundamentals really work. So I don't really believe that most coaches in this area do work. This was kind of the one-off scenario, and well, it just depends on the credentials, right? Let's just give more explanation. And Matt's gonna watch this video. If he does, he'd be like, why you give me so much praise? Because you did a great job, man. It was really good. Game coaching is just tricky. It's why I don't like selling services on coaching for Apex. So I'm making this video to help share the journey, to understand it. It's not a perfected craft. I don't think I have it down perfectly. I have a formula that in my opinion has worked for a lot of people, but it's hard on what we deem a professional. Because credentials in most fields are what you get. You get a certificate and a certification. But when it comes to gaming, you have to look at their experience and tournament winnings or their longevity in the scene. I recommend always doing research, but also your own homework for videos like these. Not just my own take, but as much research as humanly possible so you have a mind that's ready to learn. But big tip, I promise you, if you do the foundational work and you ask the questions yourself, that you're going to save yourself a ton of money. Don't go into a coaching session completely blind, but trying different things, because you'll save yourself a lot of effort. Now, the next subject here is I hit Masters of Voltaic. What does this mean? When Matt was my coach for aiming, we set a goal that I wanted to hit Masters on Voltaic benchmark. What does this mean? Is there a benchmark? What does it mean to essentially be a good aimer? There's different levels. This goal has been hit before, which is why it's an interesting fact, and why I share this, is that over time, benchmarking has become more complex, more difficult, and, well, my aim, bluntly, and this was a tough pill to swallow, was Jade. So I might have been 4 years ago a master level aimer, but now I guess I started sucking, or the scene started getting better. You know, Matt and I had a pretty in-depth conversation about this. Well, I hit that goal again. I'm proud to say I did. You know, I'm showcasing here on screen. We did this video, and that's why it took me so long to do this, because I waited until I actually hit it. I mean, it's been months, and that's why I said that Matt might have forgotten I made this video. But I'm proud of my progress, and now I'm pushing for Grandmasters, and bluntly, those scenarios are a kick in the you-know-what. So we keep pushing. Now, an interesting thing that people know me for on the channel is I've been doing a lot of weird things. You know, I try different settings, such as instead of holding, you click to aim. So toggle aim, essentially. You know, you right-click, and then it ADSs, and it holds. And that could be uncomfortable for some. It's a setting. It may not work for you. Another setting is mouse acceleration versus not using it. So one insane thing I did was trying mouse acceleration. I will admit it did push me. It was fun. It was like using training wheels. I don't recommend this to most people. It's what I have documented on the channel. I have my reasons. But what was interesting, and I appreciated through Matt, is understanding my attempts and what value I was trying to extract from it. It was me putting on those training wheels that we discussed and pushing myself through various sensitivity training. Almost like a sensitivity randomizer. I cannot recommend this approach for everyone, but the lesson here is try new things and see if it sparks fun. It's not a bad thing, just remember your old settings and to be open to seeing a different perspective. I've used tons of settings and actually put this video together, going to try using it again actually this Saturday. So in Saturday's stream, you're going to see me use mouse acceleration again. I haven't used it for a while, but I'm going to do it, and it's just to spark that stimuli. Now, how does this translate to Apex Legends, and what is the wrap-up of this video? Well, this is what I learned. Imagine every encounter Apex Legends through a variable distance, and loadouts are scenarios. R99 at close range is one scenario. The target moving at this distance is another scenario. Aim training helps you through various variables to improve muscle control, kind of like a gym. End of the day, you also got to play the game and work on that specific scenario. You can be at the gym all day, but be really bad at basketball. If you catch my overall what I'm trying to say and the metaphors, you experience the experience that you're trying to learn, essentially. I said it, you need experience, you need both. You need the experience and you also need to experience it. But aim training provides the tools to succeed, analyze, and break down how you should feel. Massive shout out to Voltaic, Amped, Matt, Cindy, the whole team there for being so kind and allowing me this opportunity to improve and share this video. I don't know if they watch this video, but your teaching, your community have really pushed me, and I just can't be grateful enough. I hope your program continues to grow. Now, everyone watching, I'll share all the links down below to their benchmarkings that they have, their Discord, and I'm sure you'll explore it if you want. If you don't, you'll just have this video here and you got the kind of journey. Now, everyone watching, reminder, go out, practice. Don't stress about this. Remember, it's one aspect of the game. An important one, yes. Remember to have fun and why you started. All other aspects, such as positioning, game sense, are very important. Can't stress that enough as well. Don't obsess just about aiming. Trust me, you won't succeed if that's all you do. Remember the gym metaphor. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And if there's something that I just failed to do, let me know in the comment section down below and we'll be sure to share it. Thank you guys so much. See you guys all in the next one.